My name is Celia du Toit. I'm from Pretoria. I'm currently 32 years old. I work for FME Commercial as a regional information manager. I was in a car accident in 1996 when I was 14 years old. We were on our way to a game farm, and on the way there, just outside Louis Trichardt, the car rolled and I fell out and the car fell on me. I used to be a wheelchair tennis player representing South Africa. My highest South African ranking was number 2 and my highest world ranking was number 36 in the world. After I used to play tennis, I was the chairperson of Wheelchair Tennis South Africa up until June this year. Being disabled in South Africa, it opened me up to the challenges we face each day with places not being accessible and then people advertising being accessible and not really be. So yeah, but I mean, you can choose to carry on or sit down after that. The most challenging part of being in a wheelchair is, I think the most important part is being independent. So not being independent in the sense of not getting into places, not being able to take accessible transport. I think that's the main challenge of being in a wheelchair. Yes, I'm driving a Hyundai iX35. The reason why I chose it, the main reason is for the rear view camera and the fact that I'm on the road most of the time for my job. I bought my Hyundai iX35 in 2011, so I've been driving it now for 3 years. Yes, I like the features of the car, the rear view camera, the height of the car, especially when you're on the road for long periods of time. And yes, when driving on the rural roads with the potholes, it's great with the bigger wheels. The only adjustments they had to make on the car was the hand controls. The car's automatic, so I just had to purchase the hand controls which they fitted to the vehicle. I haven't really experienced any limitation with the vehicle. It's suitable for my needs. I think there are some misconceptions about people in wheelchairs or with disabilities. I think people think because you're in a wheelchair you can't always think for yourself, and they would always ask if there's an able-bodied person with you, ask them the questions. But in the end of the day, we're just in a wheelchair and we think the same as a normal person. My proudest achievement recently was when we traveled to Alaska. My husband and myself, we traveled to Alaska on our own. He's also in a wheelchair, and people were just amazed that we could do it on our own. I love traveling, going to live concerts, visiting with friends, going to the movies for fun. My message to people with disabilities out there is live your life and take up any challenge you can.